The organization's about to turn 30, massive following you have right now, social media and otherwise. Some people may not realize like the history of the organization goes all the way back to President Clinton's State of the Union address, right?
That's
And
right.
the origins of the organization were centered solely on the prevention of teen pregnancy. That was the organization's first name, the national campaign to prevent teen pregnancy. How have you as a leader been able to grab onto parts of the history and stay grounded in who we are while also sort of looking towards the future and understanding that the world is much different today than it was 30 years ago? The challenges are different, the opportunities are different, right? So we can't do the same thing we always did, but we have to remember who we were, right? Unpack all that for me. Help me figure out as a leader how we work our way through all that.
Yeah, and just acknowledge I'm so lucky to be leading this organization in this moment.
Mm.
And
We
you're
are
right,
lucky
like
to have you.
so much has changed, right? Like
Yeah.
think of any major social movement and sort of the language that we use changes, how we do our work changes, our awareness about the implications on the populations that we aim to serve changes.
Yeah.
And that is also true of the sexual and reproductive health rights and justice movements, and certainly true of Power to Decide. I love our mission to advance reproductive well-being for all, and I love our focus on democratizing access to information and culture change. And we have a commitment to being a learning organization and listening to people and
Mm.
communities and our end
I love
users.
that.
And none of this would be possible without the organization's founders, right? And its leaders before me and the incredible team who set this path to where we are today. And some things that we do now are completely different from the origins of the national
Yeah.
campaign. Again, so much has changed about sexual and reproductive health in writ large and positive ways. We have recognized the negative impacts and harm that was caused by the language that was used, often to shame teen moms and focus on pushing young people to certain methods of birth control in the movement overall.
Yeah.
And we take a much more person-centered approach now that centers people's autonomy and self-efficacy. We focus on the systems, right? Like it doesn't make sense to point to people and say like, you shouldn't be having children until we think you're ready,
Yeah.
rather than to focus on the systems that sort of create situations where it can be hard for people to prioritize their sexual and reproductive well-being. Racism, poverty, inadequate access to health information and services, right? All of those things.
Yeah.
And so we're taking a much more systems-based approach and focusing on the reproductive well-being framework, which is really powerful.